Alright guys, I know it's been a while, but check this out. In here is my CT Sounds build. There is 8 CT Sounds Meso subwoofers. These guys are pretty gnarly, man. They're really no joke. I mean, they're pretty big, they're beefy, they're here to do some work. They're 1500 watts RMS a piece. Right now we're going to temporarily power them with this Taramps 12,000 watt RMS amplifier. This guy is pretty serious. Got dual 2 watt going into it, got some lithium, got 2 high output alternators. We're ready to go. I don't have any mids and highs right now. I currently have some in the doors, but they're not being powered up yet. This is just a temporary test run to see what kind of numbers these are going to make. And the first thing we're going to do is put them on the meter. So these woofers aren't exactly broken yet, but we're definitely going to see where, at least where we start at. They may get louder over time, but we're going to go ahead and hook up the Term Lab and see where we're at. So for those of you who don't know, this thing right here is called a Term Lab. This little box right here and the stuff you connect with it, this guy right here, is going to tell you how much power you're making and also how loud the stereo is. So we're going to take this guy, we're going to stick it over here on the dash, just like so. Okay, we're going to run a wire to it and run a wire to this box right here, and we're going to see how loud these woofers are in this truck. So in this bag we also have a little device right here. This is the power meter. That one there is for SPL. This one here is for power. You can hook all that stuff up. Right now I don't want to mess with that right now, but basically you would connect this to your speaker wires, and this guy here would tell you how loud it is. You see there goes to the sub, the battery, and the clamp. So this right here is going to basically determine how many watts you're actually pushing to the subwoofer. Sometimes this is referred to as clamping. I also have an RTA set up here as well. We're not going to get into any of that today. We're just going to focus on the Term Lab right here with the SPL meter. So because this is very sensitive equipment, what I'm actually going to do is run this cable here all the way over to my test truck there, and we're going to set the laptop up over there. Okay, so once you get this little box connected right here, we're going to pull up the Term Lab software. This is currently the boxing design software. We don't need that right now. What you're going to do is switch this to the Term Lab, which is the SPL meter, etc. This is where we're going to see the numbers displayed on the screen, which is going to be the exact representation of how loud the truck actually is with those woofers playing at pretty much full volume. So let's check this out, and I'm going to do some test sweeps and see where we kind of peak at, and wherever we peak at, we're going to hit those numbers, and we're going to do some burps, see how loud we can get it. How about that? Okay, so right now this is basically set for real-time mode. I'm going to use this to figure out where my higher peak frequencies are. Okay, so I found out with some testing that this thing peaks out at 43 hertz, which is great because my car peaks out a little higher than that, and that's a little bit lower, and I kind of like that. 43 hertz, I'll own that. Okay, so 43 hertz, and what we're going to have to do right here is change this to peak hold. All right, so this is going to be our maximum numbers. We're going to start this again, and we're going to try it out. Okay, so my first run here, I got a 148.6. So let's run this a couple more times and see what we get. So at 40 hertz, I got a 148.4. And at 50 hertz, I got a 146.3. At the Lucky 47, I got a 147.6. So let's go ahead and try 43 hertz again and see where we're at. So right now at the magic 43 hertz, I got a 149.7. We're going to keep tweaking a little bit and see right where we can get that to stop at. Okay, so I keep playing with it, and basically the most I can hit is around a 149. This is 149.6. I got a 149.7 as well in a previous test. I think my batteries need to sort of charge up a little bit. Basically, this is a fresh install with these woofers. They're not even really broken in or anything. They've only have like seconds of playtime on them. So we're gonna do some more fine tuning and really see what these guys can do. I really want to break that 150 barrier. It's pretty gnarly in here, but this is a demo rig. It's not really meant to chase numbers. It's meant to play, you know, 20s and 30s really loud, and that's really what I made it for. So I'm actually pretty happy. If I can crack a 150, I'll be even happier. But yeah, that's cool. All right guys, so just for sort of a visualization, we're gonna play the 43 hertz, which is where this metered the highest. And then we're gonna drop it down and play some lower tones so we can really see what these things can do. Let's check it out. That is that hurts, and that's crazy. Let's try something lower. Okay, so this is going to be 32 hertz. This is the tuning of the enclosure. If you can't tell, it is ported right here in the dead center of all the woofers. That port goes all the way down, all the way across. Let's play 32 hertz. The woofer's not going to move as much, but it should be sort of the highest tuning frequency of the box, and that's going to be the highest power draw. So let's just try it out. Okay, so we're gonna do 28 hertz, and we're gonna see what that does, because it's pretty windy at 28 hertz. Knocked all my business cards out of the holder right there. I guess that means we're going to use one of these to show some of the port wind. And by the way, this would be a good time to mention this right here is the QR code. It's a discount for CT Sounds, and this right here is the QR code for the All Things Car Audio group on Facebook. Come see us. So I'm going to show the port noise here. This is at 28 hertz. I'm just going to use one of the business cards here just to see sort of how much wind we get off this guy. Alright guys, one more test and I'm gonna put her up. Basically I'm gonna play 20 hertz right now and just get sort of low frequency. Let's see what we can do down in the 20s. I'm very impressed with what we're doing in the 30s, but of course I'm tuned there, so let's check out something a little more demo-like. You see they start moving pretty easy. Okay, alright. Shaking my other door over there apart. The door's about to come off the chain there. That's not good. The wind right here in the doorway is already pretty high too. All right, one more for the books. We're gonna run around 40 hertz. We're gonna hit sort of that higher peaky side while also being a little bit windy. So let's try around 40 hertz. Just kidding, we've already done 40 hertz, so let's do 36 hertz. So kind of have a happy medium. It actually gets pretty loud, especially when you're sitting here in the cabin. I know it metered a little under 150, but it's actually pretty impressive to me and I kind of like it. That's so cool. That's so cool. One more time, let's just do it. This is 36 hertz. That's so much fun, I love it. Okay, well that was pretty cool. We're gonna check out his car right now, and this is actually one of my more favorite setups. So in here is the CT Sounds Thermo Series 15s. He's been playing these for a little while, but these are going to go my other pickup. Right now he's just sort of trying them out. They're pretty impressive. So why don't we go ahead and play them a little bit, and we'll throw a meter on them as well. So we're going to try these out at tuning at 28 hertz. Let's check it out. get pretty silly, man. It's really like destroyed the inside of the trunk there. This guy's all flapping around. Let's put it on the meter, check it out. All right, we're gonna put this guy right here on the dash. Gonna close it all up and try it out. Okay, so we got this guy closed up. We're gonna run it on the meter here. We're gonna start it on 28 hertz because that's what it's tuned at, but then we'll bump it up there depending on what we get. So we're going to start this over. Okay, so our first test, we just broke a 140 at 28 hertz. That's pretty crazy. I mean, a 140 doesn't seem like a lot, but that's at 28 hertz. Okay, we're gonna try a 40 hertz test tone now. Okay, so we got a 143 on the nose at 40 hertz. And I think the magic number here is around 44 hertz, so let's try 44 hertz. Okay, so basically our peak is probably going to be right at 40 hertz, 41 hertz, and we're looking at like a 143 at that number. So we're going to say that this subs in this car is doing a 143 on about 3,000 watts. Well, this is a fun little insight to using the Term Lab, setting it up, checking out some SPL, and checking out my subwoofers. This build's been pretty fun. I've got some bigger amplifiers going in here around 16,000 watts, basically around 2,000 watts per woofer, and it really should crack that 150 mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a 150 because it's so close, but I know you're not supposed to do that, but I'm actually pretty happy with this. I was hoping for like a 145, close to 150, and I'm closer to 150. So it's exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I like that a lot. Okay, so here's a little sneak preview of maybe an upcoming video. We'll see. I might post this on Facebook, YouTube, I don't know. Basically, she's gonna open up these speakers right here, and we're gonna see what they are. I bought the world's cheapest 12-inch woofers, and I don't know if I'm gonna torture them or give them away or what, but basically, I want to see what the world's cheapest 12-inch woofer you can buy on Amazon right now is. These guys right here. Truth be told, I got really high expectations for these things, and I have no idea why. I just feel like they're gonna be good for some reason. I don't know. Okay. Ah, cool. So this is a Hyphonics power from the gods. It says, this guy says 400 watts RMS. If this is really 400 watts RMS, for the price, these things are pretty good. We're gonna find out. This right here is a part number HFX 12D4. This is a dual 4-ohm voice coil. Why don't you go ahead and pull one out of there? So these do come 2 in a box. Oh, I tore it up already. So this is not a product review, but I will kind of just show you this like I always do. Inside you've got some pretty cool stuff here. Wiring stuff, dimensions, box specifications. That's always not a bad idea. Let's get the rest of it out. So you know me, I like cheap stuff, I like good stuff, I like everything in between. This is sort of just the cheaper side. There we go. So Hyphonics used to be pretty cool stuff back in the day, and then they got really cheap for some reason. Okay. There's absolutely zero weight to this woofer at all. So this right here says it's a 400 watt RMS dual 4-ohm woofer. This is the woofer itself. Pretty cool. I like it's all plastic. It's rubber and plastic and plastic. Used to be a staple of good quality, but now maybe a staple of something a little cheaper. I'm not really certain. I like the hammer tone finish on this basket. That magnet is hiding in there somewhere. Check this out. It's tapered down like a V shape. but it has all the other stuff too. So it's got a pretty nice looking spider in there. The tinsel leads are pretty generic. I mean, everything about this thing just screams generic, but I'm curious about this motor structure. It can't be very big. I can already tell that this coil right here is probably 1.5 inches or maybe a little smaller. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do with these woofers. What do you think I should do with these woofers? So he says I should test the limit of these. So should I blow some of these up? Should I give some of these away? What should I do? You guys let me know in the comments below what you think I should do with this style woofer.